Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Euronews Greek election special edition. Here in our studios in Athens, I'm Stamatis Yannissis and I'm joined by Mr. Nikos Dένdias, Minister of Defense and the candidate Member of Parliament for Athens for New Democracy, the presently ruling party. Mr. Dένdias, welcome to Euronews. This is beyond doubt the most crucial general election in recent Greek history. Why is that so, and where are the political stakes that high?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. Unfortunately, I have to agree with you. Yes, it is very crucial. Why it is very crucial? Because the two main parties that are contenders for winning this election and forming the next government in Greece have a completely different approach to what is wrong with Greece today and what has to change in Greece tomorrow. We believe, with the New Democracy, we believe that we have a problem with the economic model that is responsible for why Greece was at such a difficult economic state back in 2010. Whether our main opponent, Syriza, believes that's a problem because of the memorandum, as if the memorandum was the cause of all evils in Greece. So unfortunately, there is not much that we can agree with Syriza, which I have to say would have been very helpful for the country, first of all, and for the society in order to get out of this deep crisis.
Sure. But 4 days before the election, and Syriza is leading the polls with something like 4 to 5 percentage units so far, well, at least some of the polls. What makes you confident that you would be able to turn the tables within those days left until the polls are open?
Well, there is a tradition in Greece. There is a tradition. If I may kindly remind you, back in 2000, we were ahead of then PASOK, our main rival, by 4.5 to 5 points through the whole year of 2000, and in the end of the day, we lost the election by a small margin of 1.5%. But even when I was younger, as a student in the United Kingdom, I remember Neil Kinnock leading the John Major's Conservatives by more than 8 points, up to the polls. And then John Major won the election.
So do you feel confident that you can turn the tables? I mean, in
well,
terms of policies and arguments with
I think, frankly speaking, first of all, I think we are right. And when you're right, that's an advantage by itself. Second, I believe that there are many undecided voters which belong to our party and are quite angry with us because of the measures we have been taken, especially the property taxes we have imposed on them. But yet again, I strongly believe that at the end of the day, at that very crucial moment that they have to go to the polls and vote, they will think clearly and vote for us.
Just a few days before the elections, and it appears that over 10% of the electorate are still undecided voters. Do you feel that you would manage to attract a large portion of them? And something else, do you feel that behind this 10% there are many neo-fascist Golden Dawn votes hidden, people who do not express themselves in the polls as such? And
God forbid, as far as the second part of the question is concerned. On the first part of your question, yes, we have analyzed the undecided voters, and I have to say that more than 23% of them really have voted for New Democracy in the past, and now they're thinking about it again. And also there's an additional 11 to 12% which have been previously PASOK voters, but they believe they belong to the political center, and they also think that it is possible that they should vote for New Democracy. So we have a huge poll of something like 36–37% from the undecided voters that think about voting for New Democracy. As far as the Golden Dawn is concerned, really I have no clear indication at all. But I hope really that Golden Dawn goes even beyond the 3% threshold, although we don't have any indications that allow us to be so optimistic about Golden Dawn.
Let me take you to the economy. Perhaps one of the reasons Syriza is leading in the polls is because you have failed to deliver what you promised to the Greek people. You've been in government for over 2.5 years, and Greece has been going through for over 4 years of austerity now. Austerity continues, in a sense, in many aspects of the Greek economic and social life, so to speak. Mr. Samaras, your leader, says that should the new democracy wins this election, that will ease austerity. But so far we don't have any deal with the creditors because of the elections and so on. How will you go ahead with that? I mean, do you have a plan for that as new democracy, that is?
Of course we do have a plan for that, and I have to say I'm not belonging to the part of the Greek population, to the Greek electorate that thinks that the Troika and the foreigners are responsible for all evils in Greece. It's our fault, it's our country, it's us that we have to make it right. I have to say that in our analysis, in our opinion, what is the problematic is the model of our economy. Yeah. We have to go from a consumption economy to a production economy. And unless that is being rectified, we cannot put our house in order. And again, if I may repeat myself, what is very problematic in this election procedure is not that there's a possible danger, which I hope we will avoid, that new democracy loses the election. What is more problematic is that new democracy may lose the election and the Greek society may accept the wrong argument about the model of the economy that they should follow. And that's even worse.
Before you became Minister of Defense, you were Minister of Growth. Do you feel that Greece can achieve sustainable growth in that sense, in the economy? I mean, we've seen the indices going up during the last period, the last 6 months or so. Was that true growth? In your view, you feel that Greece, had it continued on the same path, if these elections had not intervened, that growth would have continued going upwards?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that those elections at this particular time, they're a calamity for the Greek economy and the prospects of the Greek economy. Well, there's one rule, I have to say. Unfortunately or fortunately, there's one rule and one way. Greece should enhance the reforms. We should go forward reforming our society and our model. Unless we reform, unless we become more competitive, unless we follow the path of innovation in our economy, there is no future for the Greek economy. That is my humble opinion.
However, this has been a politically polarized campaign, and we've seen some of your colleagues in New Democracy having gone as far as to claim that should Syriza wins this election, this country will turn more or less into a socialist banana republic. Do you share this view?
Well, I'm not going to comment on what my colleagues are saying, but there's one problematic thing about this campaign, that what Syriza says is so open to any interpretation, without figures, without facts, without schedule, without roadmaps, that allows anybody to think the worst. And of course, there are parts within Syriza they belong to not just to the left, but to the ultra left.
Mm. Do you seriously feel that Syriza, should this ultra left within Syriza prevails, that there is a chance of the so-called Grexit, the exit of Greece from the Eurozone?
Well, I hope that something like that would not happen. And I don't think that anybody in his right mind in this country would advocate for exit from the Eurozone. But yet again, there are some parts of Syriza, the ultra-left parts of Syriza have manifested themselves saying that they would like Greece to leave the Euro. That's in white and black, or white and blue, it's written.
Is there a serious hazard that Greece might exit Euro?
I believe not in the end of the day. I believe that reason should and would prevail.
Let me take you to a final question. You're currently the Minister of Defense. Greece is spending a lot on defense, let alone millions that were lost along the years on defense contract kickbacks. A predecessor of yours is in jail because of bribes. Is it wise for Greece to continue spending that much on defense while being in such a difficult economic situation?
Well, how much depends, but let me please allow me to say that it was not by choice. It was because we have a neighbor that has views and positions which affect our national sovereignty. We cannot afford not to have a strong national defense in Greece.
Mr. Dένdias, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Nikos Dένdias, Minister of Defense and a candidate for the New Democracy Party in the oncoming general election. This has been a Greek special report from our Euronews studios in Athens. Thanks for watching.